I tell you something, they are beyond a terrorist organization. They pose as a national, resistant movement with the intention to liberate what's so-called Palestine. And I think this is Hamas' first lie, because they are not a resistant movement. Hamas is a religious, ideological movement raging a war, a holy war, against a race, against a nation. They are not a political party. If they were a political party, then they would believe in political borders. But they want a global state. So there is no such a thing as Palestine to Hamas movement. And all the pro-Palestine group, which of course they have the right to express themselves. I'm not against freedom of speech, that everyone have their own independent opinion, but unfortunately they are given directly and indirectly support to a savage group that just committed genocide against entire communities. They wiped out everything in their way, killing children, women, raping, burning, systematically, ethnically cleansing a race only because they are Jewish. I saw that firsthand, documented by Hamas themselves. I was not surprised by Hamas brutality, because I lived with them in prison for about 27 months. And if you want to get to know someone, spend with them time in prison for 27 months. They tortured Palestinian people, and that was in Israeli prison, because Hamas had suspicion that some Palestinians gave information to the Israeli intelligence, so they didn't know who was, and they tortured many people in the process. During the time I was spending in prison, especially the first imprisonment, dozens were killed and tortured on the hand of Hamas. But October 7, that was completely different. What they did was, or could be, the worst crime in our modern day. And of course, when people see the war victims happening in Gaza, the free world also don't like to see bloodshed. And people are having a hard time, which side do I take? Is it Palestine or Israel? And of course, we took sides and we created division. But are we seeing things for what they are? Are we seeing Hamas for what it is? A radical, religious movement with global ambition that does not value the human life, that does not respect anything that is different, does not believe in dialogue, does not believe in democracy, does not believe in any philosophy or constitution outside of Islam, outside of Quran. Very narrow-minded people, but in the meantime, very dangerous. On the other hand, we see the democratic model of the State of Israel, a very creative and productive nation that has contributed so much to life. Israel has been extending its hands to the region for more than 70 years, since its establishment, trying to build bridges of understanding, to build peace with the Arab nations. But the Arab nations insisted since 1948, since the establishment of the State of Israel, to annihilate the State of Israel first, before they establish an Arab state. The international community offered the Arabs to build an Arab state side by side the state of Israel back in 1948. But the Arabs refused. They came back in 1967 with the intention to annihilate the state of Israel, and they failed. Israel was extremely outnumbered by the Arabs. Hundreds of millions of Arabs surrounding the state of Israel, newborn, very small state. And when they lost the war, Israel controlled the West Bank, Sinai, and the Golan Heights. Since then, the Arabs have been trying so hard to destroy the state of Israel. 95% of the wars between Arabs and Israel were initiated by Arab countries against Israel, where Israel is always at defense. So we have a big problem. And we cannot just take sides without educating ourselves on what's really going on.